What's up, Bible lovers? Welcome back to the Story of God. It's Brandon, and here is Monday's video discussion for Genesis 16:1 through 16:16. A lot of stuff going on, only, 16 verses, but I think this part of the story really deserves quite a bit of a spotlight. We have Abram desperately trying to conceive with Sarah, and it's not working out. They're both pretty old. Abram was, I guess, in the neighborhood at 86 or 85, somewhere in there. They've been trying to, conceive for a long time, and eventually Hagar, who was an Egyptian slave, thought to be one of the slaves acquired during the whole "she's just my sister" hustle back over in Nile country, switches in with Sarah, and she conceives herself a little baby who would become quite famous and the father of many nations and a foundational figure in many faiths. So yeah, she conceives. Abram is, pretty ambivalent about the whole thing. He's a cool guy, he's just like, well, we tried, you told her to switch in, she conceived, it's a baby, but, that was Sarai's slave, so Sarai abused her. She was very angry at her slave Hagar, and she abused her, and so Hagar, not being one, I'll take a little bit, but you know what? You're going to abuse me, I'm out of here. She goes out into the desert. One of God's angels, one of God's messengers. This is something about the New American Bible that I'm not sure if it's like this in others. If any of y'all know, please feel free to leave a comment either in YouTube or in the Patreon. But they don't mention the angels. It's always a man or God's messenger or something like that. So anyway, an angel shows up. I'm not sure which one it is actually. But he turns up and he tells her to return and submit to the abuse. And Hagar's like, well, what the hell? And then he goes on. And man, I tell you, descendants, baby. You'll have a lot of descendants. So she's like, sure, okay, I'll go back. Her son is Ishmael. Ishmael, the archer, great legendary archer, father of many nations. His daughter goes on to marry my favorite Bible character, Esau, and Ishmael's a badass, and conceived by Abram with Hagar, and there you go. Now they have a child, but Sarai realizes that in practice, having this surrogate mother type of situation was not exactly what she wanted, and this builds up resentment that will, corrupt Sarai's relationship with Hagar. Basically, she never really is even a mother to him. But Abram loves him; it's his son. All he'd ever wanted was a son, and so he has his son, and we see some scandalous stuff going on here. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they talk about how Lamech was viewed as being evil. They talk about, not in the New American Bible, it doesn't explicitly say that his polygamy was anything, and God has never mentioned polygamy as well. But I forget who it was that was talking about it, saying that Lamech, I was talking about it, but I was talking about it because I heard somebody else talk about it. Just in case you were wondering, I'm not a member of the clergy, nor am I a religious studies major or anything related. So everything I have is secondhand knowledge. I can't even read Aramaic or Greek or Hebrew or anything. I got English and I got Spanish, and that's it. And I know a few words. So anyway, the point being that it was said that polygamy, that Noah's father Lamech it's alluded to, and it talks about him bragging to his two wives. So we see, I guess, kind of some polygamy. I guess this would be polygamy. And Abram and Sarai are just kind of swingers, I guess, really, when you think about it. I mean, just last week we saw Sarai getting with the Pharaoh, and now they have a thing for Egyptians, I guess, because they're both Egyptian lovers, in fact. Egyptian lovers. I'm really glad that I turned this camera on and talked to you guys, because they do both have Egyptian lovers, and I wonder if that's the hidden meaning behind famous electro artist Egyptian lover. We do have a little hey, how are you to the Egyptian lover, though, in the comic coming up in Exodus. You see if you can spot it, and if you can and you point it out, I'll draw you a picture of a centaur. I'll make a custom centaur for you, a centaur of anybody. You want a centaur of Gilbert Gottfried? Well, it can be yours, and I'll ask my friend to explain more to me about NFTs, and we'll NFT that thing, and then you'll be rich off of that. So when you spot the Egyptian lover reference, make sure to mention it. This is a promise from me to you. I won't forget. It'll be documented here on this video forever. So there we are. That's Monday. Thanks for being here with us. Be sure to check out the Instagram, the Facebook, the Twitter. All those links are below. If you're watching this on YouTube and you don't know what the hell this video is referencing, it's referencing the Story of God comic, which I write, which you get 3 days a week on Instagram and Facebook. If you sign up for the Patreon, you get 5 days a week of the comic, plus you get these videos. If you just watch it on YouTube, I don't know. I don't know why. I'm not the interesting part of this, I like to have these talks with the audience, but I figure a YouTube channel is another good way to get the word out there. So yeah, the Story of God, find it below, and thank you very much for being here. Also wanted to say hi to Patrick, our new patron. Welcome to the family. Really appreciate all you guys on Patreon. It means so damn much. And just in terms of making it feel like a job, rather than just posting on social media, it gives it an element that changes my approach to the work in a positive way, that makes me regard the work as work more so than just that I enjoy doing it, because I do enjoy doing it. I did the whole first draft just basically to entertain myself and out of curiosity to know more about the Old Testament. But now that we've got Patreon going, and I feel more of an obligation to it. It's more of a tangible thing. And I tell you, it does feel pretty good to go buy groceries and be like, you know what? Well, the comic's paying for me to eat this week. That is something that's I never realized how good that would feel, to be able to turn comics into. I made this awesome coconut Thai soup last week. It was so good, and I did that with these pens, and with your help on Patreon. That said, Facebook and Instagram are great places to go, although you do have to sign up for Facebook and Instagram to go there. And personally, I'm not a big fan of either of those sites, nor am I a big fan of Zuckerberg. But if you're there and they already have your data, fuck it. Why not, Anyway, thanks, guys. I'll catch you around the corner. Well, actually, I'll catch you tomorrow. And, I'm out.